The cult classic movie Hackers describes hacking as this insane skill accessible only to those on the outskirts of society. Other hacker movies, such as Ocean's 11 or Swordfish, compound on this idea of hacking being this sinister, evil thing. When you first think of hacking or hear of it, you might think of somebody who hacks into somebody's computer and steals all of their data by hacking into their mainframe. Or you might think of somebody who hacks into the Pentagon and fires off a bunch of missiles and whatnot, because that's totally possible. Don't worry, it's not possible at all. Or you might be thinking of somebody who taps on their computer for about 5 seconds or so and then confidently says, "I'm in," and breaks into a high-profile casino's security system to let their gang of thieves through. In all these situations, hacking is described as gaining access to something that you're not supposed to. I am a hacker, albeit a beginner one. Now, before you guys freak out and wonder if I've stolen your data, I don't mean hacker in an Ocean's 11, Swordfish, or cult classic movie Hackers way. I mean it in its original sense, before it was changed by these movies. When I say hacker, I mean to describe somebody who wants to figure out how things work, and then figure out how to make them work better. This is how hacking has always been, where way back in the 1960s, the first hackers at MIT began altering their own software to see how they can make it work differently. These were the first hackers, and this is what hacking was before it was changed by movies to be a little bit more marketable and almost more evil. Hacking today is actually pretty good and can be very good for different systems and their security. Ethical hacking, or hacking for good, is actually a very viable job option today. Pen testing, which is short for penetration testing, is the act of a hacker being hired by a company to go into their website, server, or database and figure out what exploits exist. For those who don't know, exploit is a vulnerability that exists within a computer system. These pen testers then go in and patch those exploits up in order to prevent them from being taken advantage of by hackers with actual malicious intent. Even companies that don't hire you, for example, Google, might offer to pay you to find different types of exploits, such as zero-day exploits. These are exploits that have existed since the beginning of a system's lifespan, and Google offered $1.5 million to those who could figure out a zero-day exploit that existed within their system because of how bad these often were for the system. Sometimes, however, because of the stigma that still surrounds hacking, people that figure out these exploits can be berated by these companies that they find them for. For example, earlier this year in Missouri, there was a journalist that found that over 600 different social security numbers were being leaked on a government website. This is bad for obvious reasons. Now, when they told the Missouri governor about this, instead of the Missouri governor responding with, "Oh, thank you for telling us about this huge leak that was going on," they responded with a criminal investigation, which isn't very helpful. Because of the stigma that surrounds hacking to this day, brought on by movies, there's a lot of security opportunities and a lot of security patches that are missed because of how hacking is still perceived to this day. Cyber attacks actually rose 600% over the pandemic, according to CompTIA, which is a nonprofit IT company. So there's never really been a better time than now to actually learn about cybersecurity and hacking to better protect yourself. In much more recent news, however, the decentralized hacker group known as Anonymous has been helping out with the Ukrainian struggle by hacking into different Russian programs and releasing over 360,000 different documents concerning the Russian censorship of the war in Ukraine. This is an example of how hacking is being used right now in real life to help those in need, and how it can be used in the future to help those in need. Hacking doesn't have to be like how it is in the movies. It can be something that helps other people, whether it be by breaking into different corrupt and inhumane governments, companies, and those people like those to find documents to release, or by going into different systems and finding and patching different exploits in order to make those systems stronger, safer, and more secure. The internet is not all a bad place, contrary to what I've been saying. It's not a vile sewer system in which all the negativity in the world is being stored. It's a tool that can be used to help others, and it's a tool that can be used to foster a better world, one in which we're all interconnected and can talk to each other with the tap of a button from across great distances. I've got online friends in India, Poland, and Canada, and these are online friends who I love a lot. Hacking and being on the internet can have some bad with it, but it can also have some good. The very first hackers found and messed around with their own code out of pure curiosity. Having this ingenuity to go out of your way to learn how something works and then learn how you can make it work better in your favor is the foundation of which hacking and all technology is built on. There's already a lot of resources out there for those who want to learn how to hack, as hacking can be a part of your everyday life, to be something to help you learn about how to protect yourself better online. And a lot of those resources are like Try Hack Me, which is a website in which you can go on and learn about the very basics of how the internet works, and it offers it in a super beginner-friendly way. And then you can move on to other things like actual hacking. If you want a more hands-on approach and are just eager to get your hands dirty with hacking, you can try Hack the Box, which offers a much more gamified way of going in and finding vulnerabilities to directly learn about them. If you find videos to be more of your cup of tea, then you'd like Professor Messer on YouTube. Professor Messer offers a lot of different good videos in his Security Plus series, ranging from different explanations of how viruses and bugs work, all the way to different types of data breaches. Even if you don't necessarily want to be a hacker, which I don't blame you, it's honestly scary to me still, and it's a lot of work, it's still good to learn about cybersecurity and the different vulnerabilities that exist out there in order to help you protect yourself better against them. Hacking is about problem solving. It's about trying to figure out how something works and then to get it to work in your favor and work better. If you've got that drive, take your ingenuity, go out and hack the planet.